How's it going, airsofters and general gear lovers? Tomcat Live, back with another gear review for you. This time I'm going to be giving you my personal airsoft rifle. So, without any waste, let's get to it. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys have probably seen my personal rifle all over my Instagram page and wondered what the hell is going on there. So, here's what I did. I bought a used G&G Top Tech 416 off a local guy here a couple months back, and I got a really decent price for it as well. It was fully functioning, but the only issue with it was that it had a very small crack in the gearbox shell. Now, it wasn't anything major, the gun still functioned pretty damn well, but it would need to be replaced before the new season. So, what I originally did was I decided to take it into Privateer Airsoft in Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia. If you're ever in Nova Scotia, go check out Privateer. Jeff will be more than happy to help you pick out a new gun, pick out some cool accessories, or even just sell you a bag of BB bastards. So, what we decided to do was I'd like to get the electronic blowback disabled from the gun just to save on battery. So after we took that out, we decided we'd put a Lonex shell in there just because he had one laying around. That didn't work out so well, unfortunately. It wobbled the trigger selector and wobbled the trigger a bit too. So we ended up having to go back to the G&G. So, starting with the exterior of the gun, at the rear end, I actually kept the crane stock on there just so I can have a little bit extra battery compartment space and a little bit extra room in there in case I need to do anything else. In future, I'm thinking of putting a Troy Battle Axe stock on there just to give me even more space. That way I can carry a bigger battery if need be. My optic is a Spectre DR sight. I find it has really nice eye relief, probably close to 6 inches, maybe 8 inches, depending on how close you want to get to the rifle. And it's actually red-green dot illuminated. Now, this is just a random repo I picked up from Privateer Airsoft, but it does the job perfectly fine, and it's the best optic I've ever actually had. Along the rail system, or RIS, I threw on G&G tan ladder rail covers just because I do like playing on the tan team quite a bit, and it works best for what I'm wanting to do. The PEC box is a working PEC box. It has a laser, a really bright, I believe it's 120 lumen flashlight on it, and an IR LED light. Now what that means is, while it's not an IR laser, I can actually use that as an IR flashlight for when I drop my nods inside. I also kept the HK front sight on there just to give me a little bit extra room to brief with, just in case I want to take that off, and I can always slap the rear sight on the back. The suppressor that you're seeing up front is actually a Mad Bull tracer unit. Now, for those of you who don't know what a tracer unit is, you can buy specialty BBs, normally Mad Bull or a G&G, and they actually glow in the dark. Now, what that does is that shines a really bright light onto them while they're going out the barrel, and it'll make them glow in the dark as they're going down range. The grip I threw on there is just some random stubby grip I had laying around, and I use it more as a hand stop for when I'm in the field. If I'm finding myself to be on a really long field day, what I'll do is I'll pull that back to about here, and I'll actually throw on a Magpul AFG2 up front. That way I can use both grips if need be, depending on what the situation calls for. The pistol grip on the gun itself is a really nice, really ergonomic pistol grip that I find works really, really well. Now, I also threw on a Bill Murray sticker on there just because I am a loyal chiver, as most of you guys already know. If I go to flip the gun around, you'll notice that the gun is pretty well the same on both sides. Now, one thing I really do like about G&G is that on the full metal receiver, they give you some really cool looking trades. They give you the G&G Top Tech trade, the G&G Armament series, and a really cool looking serial number. They also give you some really nice looking engravings around your selector switch as well. My sling points, I actually have two different sling points on here. The first one being a Magpul sling point, which is attached to the top rail under the Spectre sight, which works really well and is my primary sling point. My secondary sling point is a QD mount, just in case you need to switch in between sides depending on what side you're using for that day, whether you need to shoot right or left. The internals for my gun are a set of Lonex high-speed gears, a Lonex A1 motor, a Murph 3.0 MOSFET, and the barrel grouping and the hop-up grouping inside the gun are the stock G&G, which really make it pop that much more on the field. Now, the following video is just to give you an idea of how my gun sounds and as well how it looks with the tracer unit actually running.
Don't forget, be a good community member, always keep your guns in a locked gun case when going to and from the airsoft field, and as always, stay frosty. Hey guys, do you like this patch? If you do, head over to woundedwarriors.ca and pick up one of their own. They're only $10, and every penny that they get from this patch goes to helping our boys who have come home get themselves back out into the workforce. Whether it's vets with PTSD, vets with physical disabilities now, any vet that comes home that needs our help, Wounded Warriors is helping them. Every cent counts, and it means the world to me and my friends when you do donate. So, thanks in advance. Have a good one.